Hi folks, in this video I want to show you a small landscaping project that I did for my front yard. I will show you the picture shortly. It was a fairly bare piece of area in front of my house that I wanted to revitalize and add some kind of a landscaping. So in this video I'll walk you through what I did. Hopefully it will be helpful for you when you start doing your own landscaping projects. Thank you so much for watching. So as you're seeing here, it was just a patch of area with mulch with absolutely no landscaping. So in this video I'll show you what I did to put some landscaping around this. First thing I did was I bought a couple of shrubs from my local garden center. I bought a couple of green shrubs, evergreen shrubs, and then a couple of colored ones as well. So what you're seeing here is I've just done a couple of them and I'm going to walk you through how I did one of them. So here I'm marking the distance. I typically kept about 46 inches from one shrub to the next. As you're seeing here, this is the one that I'm measuring the distance first. The next thing I'm going to do is basically have spacing around the shrub about two times the distance of the is what I'm measuring here. So it was about 12 inches, so I'm measuring 24 inches. So that's the space I'm leaving for the width. Once I measure that, what I'll do is I'll be clearing out the mulch from that area before I start digging and putting the shrub into that area. So you're seeing here I'm marking the area first. Now I'm going to be clearing away mulch from that area that I've marked so that I have access to the underlying area and I can basically dig up a hole there. As you're seeing, when I take out the mulch, you're seeing the landscaping fabric under that. So the next step, once I clear out that area, is I'll be cutting through the fabric. I'm going to be using the serrated knife to cut the landscaping fabric around that area that I've marked so that I can dig out the soil from that area and then put the shrub in.
Dumping any extra mulch here.
Now I'm going to be digging this area. The total depth that I'm going to dig is probably going to be about 75% of the height of the plant because I want to have a little bit of root exposed outside. So now you're seeing me taking out the soil and dumping it into the red bucket. So let me fast forward this a little bit so that you see the final result. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is putting the plant there and seeing how high or what are the depths that I have. As I said, I want to have a little bit of root outside, so I'm putting this shovel and seeing where it's coming. So as looking at this here, the height or the depth that I have is almost letting me keep the plant with a little bit of root exposed outside. So I think this is where I'm going to be measuring and seeing if this is going to be fine. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking the plant out of the pot and putting it into that area. I'm taking out the whole root and keeping it there. As you see, it's crumbling around, but that's fine. So you're putting it there. And the next thing I'm going to be doing is using a serrated knife to cut through those roots, making slits all around the base of that plant. And the reason for that is because all the roots are tightly entangled and you wanted to get some breathing space. So that's the reason I do this. I'm going around all around as you're seeing and making that serrated knife cut. The next thing I'm going to be doing is pouring some water and making sure that the root system and the plant is having enough sufficient water before I fill back the soil. So that's what you're seeing here. I'm using a garden hose to pour some water. And I'm not hitting the plant. Actually, the intent is to put the water around the root system. So the next thing I'm doing is starting to dump the dirt into that area. I'm going to pack the plant with the dirt, put some dirt around the plant in that area that I've dug in. I'm just being very careful to ensure that it's loosely packed. I'm not going to be packing it in very tightly or using some kind of a compacting tool. I'm just going to loosely pack it around the plant so that it has room to grow and breathe. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to fully pack it up with all the dirt that I have. I'm going to do it half, and then I take this cow manure and then add it to the mix here, to the soil there. So this is basically to ensure that the soil is adequately has the necessary minerals to be able to grow the plant. So someone told me to apply some kind of fertilizer or cow manure or compost. So I just went to the cow manure. I'm just mixing it into the soil, and then I'm going to put another layer of soil on top of this. Now I'm going to start continuing to put the dirt in and fill up with the dirt that's been put into that bucket. I'm just going to pour it all around and then slowly going to compact it around this. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is putting the Vigoro no dig edging around this. I'm going to make a circle and then dump mulch into that and put red stones outside the edging. So as you're seeing here, first thing I'm doing is I'm trying to make a circle, and then I'm driving the spikes inside. The spikes are about 8 inches galvanized spikes that you can buy at Home Depot. So I'm putting it at equally spaced intervals. Maybe I'm going to have 3 to 4 of them on this particular one. Now the edging also, I'm going to be cutting it so that it actually is a circle. Once I get to that point, you'll see that when I put it together. So with this, the circle is done. So next step will be to put some mulch inside this packet in and then deposit some red stones around this. So as you're seeing here, I'm packing it up with mulch. I'm just spreading it all around and just making it kind of a uniform layer within the circle. Now I'm going to bring the red stone bag, open it up and spread it all around this circle and pack it up so that it kind of has like a beautiful layering between the red stones and the white stones. It's separated by that another piece of Vigoro no dig edging. So I'm pouring the red stones here, and I'm just going to be using my hands to kind of move them all around and kind of make sure that it fits in all the spaces, and there's a clean transition from red to white. So now that the stones are spread around, I just want to take a zoom and show you how it looks. How many I've completed 4 right now. So from a distance, this is how it looks. It's coming along really nicely. So I have 4 more shrubs to plant, and once that's done, it'll give a completely full picture. So you're seeing the separation between the red stones and the white stones through a curved kind of an appearance. So that is basically the Vigoro no dig edging again that I used to create a partition between the 2 layers. So hopefully this has been helpful. It certainly helped me transform my landscape from a very plain surface to something a little bit more decorative. I hope this was useful to you. If you like this, I would appreciate if you can press the like button, post some of the comments, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.